What's Switzerland really like at the end of winter? Moody skies, melting snow, and that quiet in-between season where spring is just starting to whisper its way in. It's not a classic postcard image, but that's exactly why I came. I wanted to experience Switzerland as it is in March, beyond the ski resorts, beyond the crowds, in its raw, unfiltered form. This video is part of stop number 3 on my Swiss adventure, Interlaken, and more specifically, what can you do when the rain rolls in? Because not every day is blue skies and mountain views, but that doesn't mean the adventure stops. So come along as I explore Interlaken, visit the charming lakeside town of Brienz and end the day in the medieval streets of Thun, proving that even on a rainy day in Switzerland can be something pretty special. I boarded the train from Interlaken to Brienz, a ride that's a highlight in itself. Just a quick tip, the Interlaken guest card doesn't cover this train route, so be sure to get a separate ticket. That said, it's worth every cent. Swiss trains are scenic, peaceful, and especially beautiful in the shoulder season, when everything feels calm and unrushed. When I arrived in Brienz, the town felt almost empty, in the best way possible. The lake was still, the mountains were draped in mist, and I felt like I had the entire place to myself. Brienz is known for its wood carving heritage, with beautiful detailed wooden chalets lining its streets. It has this old world charm that makes you slow down without even realizing it. After wandering through the town, I ducked into a cozy cafe to warm up with a strong coffee. As I sat by the window watching raindrops ripple across the lake, something unusual caught my eye. A hot tub boat drifting across Lake Brienz. Yes, a literal hot tub floating on a boat. If I had only known this earlier, it would have been a perfect rainy day activity. Warm water, cold air, lake views, and mountain peaks peeking through the clouds. Definitely something I'd go back for.
Our captain for the day. Hire me, matey. Do you bring the rum? You need the rum for a nice little boat ride on this lake.
From Brienz, I headed back to Interlaken, the town most people use as their base for exploring the surrounding region. Despite staying nearby, I hadn't really explored the center of town yet, so I took some time to wander around. Interlaken is convenient, right between Lake Brienz and Lake Thun, and well connected to all the big name destinations like Lauterbrunnen, Jungfraujoch and Grindelwald. But the town itself, I felt it a bit touristy. There were a large tour group, souvenir shops and a constant buzz that didn't quite match the peaceful vibe I found in Brienz. Apparently Interlaken's popularity is partly due to a famous Asian series filmed here, which now draws tons of fans from all over the world.
There's a church. In Europe, there's always a church in every town.
That said, it wasn't without charm. I enjoyed walking through the main street, popping into shops, and yes, I eventually gave in and treated myself to Swiss chocolate. No regrets. My last stop for the day was Thun, just a short bus ride from Interlaken west. I hadn't explored much of the side of Lake Thun, so I was curious to see what it had to offer. Thun turned out to be a real surprise. It's got a beautiful old town with colourful facades, cobbled streets and river canals running through it. Think Lucerne vibes, but smaller and less crowded. There's also a castle that overlooks the town, and even though the weather wasn't ideal for a full climb, the view from the lower part of the hill was still worth the visit. I can only imagine how lively and stunning Thun must be in the summer, with its lakeside promenades, boat rides and easy access to the surrounding mountains. Even in the rain, it had that I want to come back here kind of feel. After a full day of lakes and raindrops, I returned to my hotel, located in Unterseen, just across the river from Interlaken town. This area is often overlooked by tourists, but it actually turned out to be the perfect base. It's quieter with direct access to Lake Thun, and on a clear day you can see snow-covered peaks rising in the distance. I ended the day just walking along the lake's edge, umbrella in hand, watching the moody clouds roll over the water. The rain had eased into a drizzle and everything felt still. It wasn't a bucket list kind of day, but it was real, and sometimes those days are the ones you remember the most. Rainy days don't usually make the highlight reel, but sometimes they're the ones that linger the longest. This wasn't the most dramatic or photogenic day of my trip, but in a way it showed me a different side of Switzerland, a softer side. The tourist crowds thin out, the lakes grow quieter, and you start to notice the little things, the sound of footsteps on wet cobblestones, the way the mist settles over the mountains, and the comfort of a warm café when the weather turns grey. Each town I visited, Brienz, Interlaken and Thun, offered something different. Brienz was calm and rustic, Thun was colourful and charming, and Interlaken was buzzing, even in the rain. It made me appreciate the variety packed in such a small part of the country. Travelling in March isn't always smooth sailing, but it's real. And it reminds you that exploring isn't just about ticking off perfect views, it's about embracing the unexpected leaning into the mood of the moment and discovering the beauty where you didn't plan for it. Thanks for joining me on this rainy adventure. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Your support means a lot, and if you've experienced Switzerland in the off-season, I'd love to hear your stories below. Next up, fingers crossed for some sunshine as I head deeper into the mountains. Until then, thank you for watching and keep exploring.